Hello and welcome back to Hollowponds Solo Sagas, and today we will be playing our 10th episode of Series 2 of the awesome game by Free League Publishing, Twilight 2000 version 4. So welcome back to the subscribers to the channel. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, can I actively encourage you to subscribe? Can I say thank you very much to all of our members of the Adventurers Guild, and if you would like to join the Adventurers Guild, there should be a join button that will highlight as I say the word join. Anybody else who has supported in any other way, there are people who have given a coffee thank you, see in the description. People who have given the super thanks, see probably next to the join button. And various other ways. Thank you very much for all the support you give at all times. As I was saying, Twilight 2000. Where did we leave our team? So we left our team on the 14th of May. I think all that happened last time really was that an officer, as a random encounter, attempted to get the Bradley and Jane and Toby and Jacob to join. They refused. There was a set to, and the officer didn't fare too well. Neither did the private who was with him. That would be officers Lieutenant Dave McCartney and Private Chris Morton, RIP. So we would now coming into the night shift on the 14th of May, where we would pick up the action. We have, so we would have had Jane and the rest kind of dealt with that officer in the evening shift. So now we come into the night shift. Jane hasn't slept today. She's mainly kept watch and dealt with that situation, so Jane would need to sleep. Staff would have just got back after driving the Jeep back and would be tired. He hasn't slept all day, so he would have a little bit of interaction with Maria and Anna, probably seeing which of those, probably one of them could. Maria's been doing a lot of the watch, so probably Anna would watch and Maria would sleep. Jack is of course still recovering from his ruptured kidney, so he is still resting. He is resting for another 8 days. He's probably start to come around near the end part, but I don't know when he would be, compos mentis. Then we would have back with Jane, probably Toby would be on watch, and then Jacob I think needs to sleep, and that is it for the end of the 14th of May. So we'll rotate back round and we'll go back. So Jane is of course sleeping. Staff would get back with Maria and Anna. Let's think, what happened with Maria and Anna? They had some wolves that attacked them and they ran away. I don't think there was anything that Maria and Anna had to face down that staff would tell them to go, oh, well, what's happened here? I mean, when he gets back to Jane, he's going to give him a right having a go for shooting at an officer, but that's tomorrow. So he would get back, he would be knackered. He's basically tabbed it up, got the Jeep, driven it back. He avoided that forest fire. So he'd tell him about, there's a forest fire coming, get your heads down, we'll grab some stuff and we'll take you back tomorrow. He'd check on Jack, make sure Jack's okay. Maybe we can have him maybe we'll have staff do a medical check, final thing before he goes to sleep, and then he's going to sleep for the shift. Let's have staff. He's not really got, he's got a D6 for medicine. We can't spend XP because it's not the end of the day, so we can't give him XP yet. So they haven't got enough to spend anyway. So staff has D8, that is working, everything's working. A D8 and a D6. Now there are all those med packs. There would be medical stuff laying around that they could use. So we will give him the +2 for that, which would bring that up to a D8, and then that goes up to a D10. So he gets a D10, D8. He needs a hit for Jack to have the recovery of today. He's got a hit. That's cool. All right. So Jack can heal today because Jack has had at least one med hit. So staff will tend to him and then staff sleeps. Jane back up with the others is sleeping. Jack has been tended to, so Jack gets to heal. We then have Toby. Toby is on watch. So Toby will get back. Toby's a bit stressed because of what's happened with the officer. He is going to go on watch. I don't remember them actually managing to get any binoculars. I could be wrong. I mean, I could say that he also fixes the radio at the same time, but I think fixing a radio would be an engrossing activity and he wouldn't give an effective watch. He wouldn't be able to effectively do a bit of a patrol, keep a watch. He could like do something else, maybe every now and then, I don't know. But I would assume that some fully engrossing activity he's not going to be able to do if he's also keeping watch. So he's got an intelligence of D10 and recon of a D10. No hits. Jacob is sleeping, and then back with staff there is Anna and Maria. Maria will sleep. Anna is going to try her best to keep watch, but Anna, if I remember rightly, has not got the best stats for that. No, she doesn't. She just does a D10. So Anna will keep watch. Staff is going to trust that she's going to at least try and do the right thing. What, has she got anything that could help her? Not really. She's got a hunter +1 survival for hunting, but it's not really going to help. Come on, Anna, come on. Yes, she gets a hit. Nice one, Anna. Better than a trained professional. Back up with Jane. So we then have, at the moment, we've got just there's just the two lots, isn't there? There's staff slot down at the deserter camp, the Marauders camp, and then there's Jane up the top. So we only need 2 encounters for the night to be pulled, and then we will roll into the next day, and then hopefully staff can get the Jeep, go back up, they can all join together and they can move on. And I think as of the 15th of May we will start a clock for when Captain Jacob might come and discover them, like a drama clock. So up with Jane we have the Ace of Clubs. It's not stationary, so it's not going to turn up, but let's have a look. Village of 2d6 houses, trained by barbed wire guards. Villages are very suspicious of foreign soldiers, but may be reasoned with or even traded with. Okay, yeah, so that's nothing. And then we have staff slot before they all start traipsing back again. 6 of clubs. Fuel tank, abandoned gas station, Marauders armed with blah, blah, blah. So again, nothing. Okay, so that night passes through. All right, I shall do experience, I shall do everyone's healing, and then we shall start the 15th of May. Right, so everyone got 3 XP. Some of them do have enough XP to spend. I'm not going to do that at the moment because I just want to plow on with this. So what we've got is, we do have that Jane and Jacob both need to roll stamina to see if they got any sleep, because they are still in the Bradley. Now let's see, can we put up Jane's stamina, because that might be useful. Jane's stamina at the moment is a C. To go from a C to a B is 15 XP. She's got 9 XP left, so she can't, no. So she has a D10 for strength and a D8 for stamina. She needs a hit to have got a night's sleep, otherwise she is going to be counted as fatigued. No, she didn't really get any sleep. She's a bit, so she's going to count as sleep deprived. So she's a bit stressed out based on the fact that she just had a set 2 with an officer and she failed those rolls, and so he actually overpowered her with his command, and so it's not sitting too right with her that she shot an officer. Now Jacob on the other hand has a D for stamina, so he does have 10 XP that can be used to bump that up to a C, and we're going to do that. So we're going to take his D for stamina, we're going to bump that to a C, which means he gets a D8 instead of a D6, and we'll drop his XP, which is currently sitting at 14, and put that down to 4, because it costs 10, which is an A for strength and a D8 for stamina. Jacob on the other hand gets a lovely night's sleep, just curled up on the foot of the Bradley. Maybe it's his snoring which keeps Jane awake and stops Jane from actually getting a proper night's sleep. So that was the 14th of May. Now we're on to the 15th of May, and at the same time as doing that I am going to instigate a clock starting now, and we'll have it, let's see, potentially 6 days seems to be reasonable that they're hunting around. So potentially 6 days. 4 days doesn't seem to be long enough, so I'm going to divide this into a clock of 6, and being as though it's the first day, we will have it, see, D6 probability. D6 probability means that it could be in 6 days, but of course it might not be, but that seems good odds to me. So we're going to do D6, I'm going to roll D6, if it comes up a 1, then we fill in a bit of the clock. No. Okay, tick the clock, say I've done it. So, morning, weather. The weather is the same as it was yesterday, which I think it was sunny and fine, so it's still a nice warm, it's a warm morning. There's a nice little warming sort of feel to the air. It's very crisp. The sun starts to come up, warms the Bradley for Jane and everybody. Let's see, Jane didn't get sleep, did she? So Jane is still tired, so Jane might see if they will let her sleep the morning through. Then we'll have, we've got Toby and Jacob. Toby did sleep, so Toby may go on watch. And Jacob, did Jacob sleep the day before? Jacob might rotate over and Jacob might sleep for this morning shift, and then they'll start doing stuff in the day so as everyone is refreshed. Then we will rotate over to staff. I think staff is going to get everybody up. They will maybe scavenge because staff is all the way over here. So we've got staff in the Marauder camp with the GPs here. They are going to need to travel up back to Rocklaw to come back. Now if I'll just check what the Jeep can move as. So the Jeep has a travel speed of 10/6, which means it can do 10 on-road hexes and 6 off-road hexes. So we'll call it 6. So even with 6, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a day, so a shift's travel, basically 8 hours travel, and they will be back up. So we could spend the morning scavenging here, and we'll get as much stuff as we can get together here. So we'll give all 3 of them a roll for scavenging, or one of them will go and watch, and the others will all scavenge. So maybe Maria will go watch, and the other 2 will do. Well, let's think about it. So let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at Maria. Maria's not got too bad, actually, I don't think, from memory. So we've got, I think it's a survival roll to find stuff. So Anna has a D6 in survival. Maria has nothing in survival but a good intelligence. So we might have staff will go and watch. Staff is going to direct them, and staff is going to watch, like keep an eye on what's going on, as Anna and Maria are going to scavenge, basically load up the Jeep. We'll also make, as well as staff doing that, staff is going to make a med roll. So we'll do a watch roll and a med roll. Then we're going back where we've got, and Jack is just resting. And we've got Toby who's on watch and Jacob is asleep. So this is the morning of the 7th. Then afterwards, we're going to have Toby's going to go back whilst everyone's doing stuff in the day. Whilst everyone wakes up, Toby will go back to trying to get the, this is the last of the food back at the Bradley. Now they're on whatever they've got with them. And we will say that the staff, Anna and Maria and Jack, can all be fed with the stuff down in the Marauders camp. And then we'll do some rolls to see what stuff they can take back. Right, so we'll go back up to the top and then we'll have them driving after this bit so they can all get back together again by the end of the day. So we've got Jane has got to sleep. So Jane needs to make or we could just, okay, so what Jane is going to, Jane isn't going to sleep now. Jane is going to do, what's Jane's survival? Who's got the best survival out of Jane and Jacob? Because one of them might as well get that to be comfortable. Jane has D8, D6. Jacob has D8, nothing. All right, so Jane is going to do a set camp, in which case Jane's going to do that. Jacob will watch. I've just switched it all around. And Toby is going to do the engine. So Jane is going to attempt to basically create something that she can sleep in because she didn't get much sleep. And whilst doing, oh maybe, no, because then Jacob could sleep in it as well if Jacob is keeping watch. So Jane is going to do D8 intelligence, D6 survival roll to try and put together a camp so she can get some proper sleep. Here, okay. Is there any point trying to hide it? She'll try and hide it, which is D8 for recon roll. No, so it's not a hidden camp, but she's set up something. She's basically set some time. I don't know. It sounds like it's well. She's made something comfy. She's set up the bedding. She's basically didn't sleep last night because of the traumas, and now has done something so she definitely can get some sleep during the next shift. Or we can just say that gives her, because she made that roll. I mean, the system doesn't work that way, but I think she's just made the Bradley comfortable, so then she can sleep. I'm happy that that's equivalent to her making it comfortable to sleep. And then we've got Jacob, who kept watch last night. He is going to, Jacob's got a good, Jacob might just ignore what she's doing and just go to sleep with his D12, D8. He's going to sort of tough it out, and he sleeps. So Jacob does actually sleep. Jane has done that. Then we'll have Toby isn't going to do the engine. He is going to keep watch because he did sleep last night. Sorry if this got a bit confusing. Which is D10, D10. 1 hit. All right. Then we'll have Staff is keeping watch whilst Anna and Maria are going to scavenge. So Staff does have binoculars. D12 basically works out to be a D12, D12. It's daytime. It's warm. He gets, I call that 2 hits. And he's also going to check on Jack and make sure Jack's all right whilst he's doing it, which is a D8, D6. He isn't getting medical stuff helping for this, and he gets a hit as well. So Jack will heal. Next, we have Jack is resting. So is Jack coming around? Let's make Jack make a really hindered stamina roll, and we can see if he comes to. So he's normally got a D8, D8. Let's knock that back by 2, calling it D6, D6. Let's see if he comes to and he can speak. No, he's still out of it, very groggy. In fact, he got 2-1, so he's incredibly groggy. He doesn't really come round and he doesn't really talk to Staff very much. Staff is a bit worried about him, and Staff, I'm going to write notes to that. Staff is worried about him. Jack lost a lot of blood. Now we know Jack isn't got, like based on the rules, Jack isn't got any sort of blood infection. He's got no sort of infection that would need antibiotics or a doctor. Staff doesn't really know how to do the whole antibiotic stuff. It doesn't really know what to look for. So getting him up to see Doc as soon as possible would be on Staff's mind. Staff would want to take him to Doc. It is backtracking in a sort of way in Staff's mind, but otherwise Jack's dead. And then they need to head towards that border. Staff's starting to get itchy. They've been travelling for nearly over a month now, and they've not got anywhere close to that border. They're basically still a stone's throw and a spit away from where they just started. In his mind, all they seem to do is take on more people, get people hurt and not move forwards. I mean, it is basically because Staff seems to have become more and more reckless as this has continued. But he's going to want to prioritise heading back to that border as soon as possible after this. So we've then got, so that's Jack. We've got Toby. Toby had 1 watch. Jacob had a sleep. Now we've got Anna and Maria who are now scavenging. So where's Anna and Maria? So Anna and Maria are scavenging. So we'll do, Anna is going to try a scavenging roll. So Anna has a D10 for intelligence and a D6 survival. I'm going to give them, because they're in the base camp and there's lots of stuff there, each +2, which means, because we've got to try and even it up, I think it is. So we'd go to, so we boost that to up to D10, D10. If you're meant to make them even, which I think is what you're supposed to do. I think you're supposed to make the dice as even as possible. So she gets 3 hits. Anna gets 3 hits. So they're going to find Anna's going to get lots of stuff, and Maria might just be a bit. Oh no, Maria might do as well. So Maria has a D12 and nothing. So +2 would be a D12, D8. And Maria gets 1 hit. All right. So let's list the stuff that they will get into the Jeep. We could roll on the scavenging table, but I think it's very poor. All right, let's give that a go. The referee can decide which items you find when you're scavenging. Instead of letting you roll, the referee can also ask you to re-roll for example if you find the same item twice in a row. We will roll once each for both of them, and then I'll decide what they get. First one, 117. Chandelier. They are not finding a chandelier. There is no chandeliers here. 67. No. All right, let's just have a look. What can we find down here? I mean, there's stuff to help cooking. That might be. Maybe they've got. All right, so they've got here on this list, there's instant coffee. So they're going to find, so let's say they've got rations, including coffee, which removes sleep deprivation. So the coffee is little sachets in the ration packs, but we'll keep that as that. So we'll cross off the coffee. So like Jane could use one to do sleep deprivation, but based on the fact that they're at the tail end of stuff, a lot of the resources would be gone, and even the rations they'd get would just be what's left over. So we'll do, there's a D6 or ration pack. All right, D6 days worth of rations. No, a D6 with a minimum of 3. 2, so 3. So 3 days worth of rations for the team. So the same things that just basically I'm simplifying a lot of these tracking things because I don't. Now I do understand that other people playing Twilight 2000 because of its nitty gritty and it is partly sort of, you know, it's a survival game. So tracking things, but that doesn't bring me joy in a Mary Kondo way. But other things do. All right, what else do we have that we could get? How about a tent? A tent which gives +1 to making camp. So a 4-man tent. So they're going to strip down a tent. That would be useful. That's a useful thing. Do they have in this list alcohol? They would have alcohol here. No, but that might be for certain reasons. So we might say, we're going to say spirits, and we'll say that it will relieve 1 point of stress. So let's go, we will go, how many we'll say, a D6 worth. What's that? 2. It keeps running 2. No, 2D6. 8. So, and that does -1 stress once a day. Don't know if that's a real thing, but that seems to, you know, the warmingness of it would do it. No one wants to become an addict. What else? So that's 1, 2, 3 things. They did get 3 hits or 4 hits. They got 4 hits between them. How about a bunch of respirators, like gas masks, and filters. So the next time that they have one of those radiation in the air things, we can have them, they can put on gas masks and protect themselves. That might protect Jane. But on a 1 on a D6 when used, it's done. And there'll be, I don't know, we'll say a D10 +2 of these. So there's 3 of them. So they'll have to issue those out. So that's what they've got. That's what they've loaded into the Jeep. That's what they're doing during the morning shift. So then we will reach the day shift. Now, who kept watch? Anna kept watch, which maybe didn't one of these, Maria kept watch during the evening. So we could say that Anna slept during that time. So Anna is okay. Maria is okay. All right. That was the morning. We have Jane has ended up sleeping. So Jane's sleep deprivation, we are going to say she has relieved that sleep deprivation. Did Toby sleep or did Toby keep watch? Toby kept watch. And then we've got, all right, someone's flak vest or something got damaged. Jacob's. All right, I've got another question for the old thing. Were there, this I'm going to put against here, thinking of, because I just noticed that neither Anna nor Maria have got body armor. So let's see, was there body armor? Reds, yes. Blacks, no. Blacks, no. No body armor there for Anna and Maria, but we've got, oh, there were the bodies. Maybe staff will check the bodies, because we did say some of those did. I can't remember if they got damaged, but maybe those hunters who came, they took them. Did that? Are there any on the bodies? No. Okay. So that's where staff will notice the bodies are gone. Staff will get a bit worried and say, all right, now, time to get in the Jeep, time to head back. Now, I don't know where you come from. Do either of you come from Rocklaw? Sorry I didn't get to talk too much, but it's all been a bit hectic, and it loves. So, good work grabbing your stuff. I checked on Jack. He seems to be all right, and he's coming by. So, how are we doing? Are we ready to go? I'll take you back to Rocklaw. Do you know where Rocklaw is? Either you two from Rocklaw? Reds, yes. Yes. All right then, which one is it? Is it you, Anna? Now, if it's not Anna, so if I come up blacks, then it is Maria. Blacks. Okay. She's like, if I remember rightly, she doesn't speak English very well. Anna speaks very little English. So Anna speaks very little English, and she's like, no. which is a difficult one, really, because I was hoping Maria was the one who's going to come with us. But because Maria is the one who's got the tech for making fuel. So Maria actually is from Rocklaw. Maybe she worked in somewhere nearby. Maybe there's a factory nearby that she knows about. So it's Maria is from Rocklaw. Anna is not. So Maria is from Rocklaw, Anna is not. So Maria is the one who will stay behind. All right then, so what I'm going to do is we'll take you back, all right? So we'll get, staff is going to get Maria and Anna to help him load Jack onto the Jeep as carefully as possible. And then they will look after Jack as he will drive them back. And he will go to get into the driver's seat, which is where Anna, in her little unbroken English, will suggest that let's make Anna's going to make a D6 roll, or intelligence. Anna's going to make an intelligence roll, D10. She can remember in English how to say I'm a driver. Because Anna's the driver. Anna's got good skills in driving. She's actually got +1 for driving. She's a driver. Yeah, she got a hit. So she says like, no, I'll drive. I drive for a job. I drive for a job. What does she speak? She speaks Italian. What's the job? Lavaro? Is it Lavaro? So it is Lavaro. I was right. Well done me. So she says, I mean, I did have to look out drive. I don't know that off by heart, but I knew il mio lavoro è guidare. Is that right? If you know how to speak Italian, tell me if I've pronounced drive right. Il mio lavoro è guidare. He's going to go, you what, love? Can Maria speak Italian? No, she speaks English and Polish. So Maria will say to Anna in Polish, what are you saying? And then she will say to Maria in Polish, my job's to drive. And then Maria will say to staff, she says she's a driver. Her job is being a driver. He goes, oh, you driver, are you, darling? All right, then you can drive. She goes, sì, il mio lavoro. Il mio lavoro è guardare. Guardare? I don't know. I'm rubbish at languages. I'm also trying to learn Dutch at the moment. Ik ben Peter. I am Peter, I think that is. Ik eet the bread. Trying to learn. Anyway, we'll try. Sorry. We'll go back to this. So, Anna is going to say that she's a driver, so she will drive. Staff will watch. Maria is going to look after. So Maria is going to do a med roll and try and look after Jack. Jack is going to try not to die. So Jack needs to make a stamina roll, or his wounds are going to open up and he's going to start bleeding and taking damage again. Back up at the camp, we've got Jane. Jane is going to make an empathy roll because she might get racked by guilt. Otherwise, she is on watch. Toby is going to go back to doing the fuel systems. Jacob is going to try and repair his flak and probably see about weapons, maybe. And then we've got Anna and we've got Maria. All right, so Jane is having issues. So Jane is going to make an empathy roll and see if she has problems with the fact that she killed an officer. Yes. So Jane is going to be a bit stressed. I'm going to give Jane a stress. Jane wasn't meaning to have that happen, and because she failed those other rolls, and she also hadn't exactly deserted the same way quite as Toby and Jacob did in taking the Bradley and basically hiding it off by themselves. She was following orders in continuing to head west with staff. So she was feeling as though she was doing the right thing. So she is going to keep watch now. They still don't have anything to help that with. She gets one hit. Then we will go from there to, we've got Toby Jones. Toby Jones is going to attempt to do a tech roll to continue doing the fuel exchange. For every hit that Toby gets to tick one thing off. Toby has +1 for engine repair, which will give him a D10. One hit, meaning that he needs one more hit. Then we have Jacob is going to repair his flak vest, and then he will take a look at Toby's M16 and the Bradley's M240. Basically, he's going to try and have a look at everything. So Jacob is going to try fixing up his flak vest first. He has a tech because he did work with Jonesy, but not very much. We'll give him a +1 because they might have stuff that he could use, like tools. So this is for his flak vest. Nope, flak vest is still damaged. For Jonesy's M16, yes, goes back up by 1 reliability. The M240 on the Bradley, yes, which is good because it was on 1, as was the M16. And then he'll have a look at the M4s, which all need to be serviced really. Yes. All right, so that's what basically Jacob keeps himself occupied for the day shift, checking up on all the weapons, cleaning everything up. So he's cleaning all the weapons that they've got available. He's going through, giving them a clean, but some of them he has to spend some special time on because they're a bit injured and they're a bit damaged. So he's done that. So Jacob went round, he's cleaned everything. He didn't repair his flak vest, but he has repaired everything else. Nextio, we have, they're in the Jeep and they are attempting to drive from here cross country up and then get to Rocklaw by the evening. So that's, first off, we will do Maria, who is driving, is going to, we might as well just go, we'll run through them all. So Staff is keeping watch. Staff is in a car, but he has a D12 and he's got a D10. So he's got binoculars, not that they really help, but adds 2, but he's in a car which takes 2 away. The weather is good. Is the weather good? Yep, it's not got worse. It's still good weather. It's still nice weather. I'm just going to write that down as nice. Staff gets 1 hit. He's keeping his eye out. Every now and then they're stopping. He's standing up in the Jeep. We then have Jack, who is in the back unconscious. Jack needs to make a stamina roll. Jack's got a D8 for stamina. He needs 15 to take that 8 to a D8 to a D10. So he's got a D8, D8. He gets a hit. So his wounds don't reopen up. Staff is dealt with. Then we've got Anna. So we got Jack gets 1 hit. Anna is driving. We've got her driving is a D10. Her agility is a D10. We've not got bad weather. We've not got rain. She's mostly going along the roads for this. Oh, okay. She can't push that. All right, so that means that there is, they get, because that's 2 1s, she can't even push one of them. They get a mishap. There is a driving mishap. We've got a driving mishap table, which is 2d6. So whilst they're driving along, 3 and 3, 6, bogged down. The vehicle gets stuck and moves no further this shift. Getting loose requires a stamina roll or help from another vehicle. 1 attempt per shift can be made. All right, so we have, they would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. So that's a D5. Somewhere along this line, they get bogged down. 5, so we'll round it down to 4, so that's 2. So we've got 1, 2. So let's say they have to come off road to avoid stuff. So they've gone 1, 2. They have to come off road to avoid stuff, and they've ended up in here, and she's gotten, so she's gotten bogged down here. So where they were hoping to move further with Anna, whose Lavaro is Guardea, she's not Guardea, she's stuck there. All right, so they're stuck and they're going to need to use a stamp. They can't go any further, but they're stuck until stamina roll. So they're going to have to try and get out of that spot. So we'll do that here. Otherwise, then they can't. The next one is trying to get out, so they can do 1 spot. No, that's the shift. So sometime at the end of the shift, that ends the shift. They're stuck there. Staff's like, "You what, love? Hey, what do you mean that it's stuck?" And then he gets out and he tries to bump it. Now, what does it exactly say here? The vehicle gets stuck and moves no further this shift. Getting loose requires a stamina roll for help from another vehicle. 1 attempt per shift can be made. All right, so what it basically means is they're stuck there, end of this shift. To drive off next shift, they need to make a stamina roll first. Okay, and then we've got Maria, who's going to do a medical check to make sure that, Jack has already passed, but she's going to do a medical check anyway, just to see if she can help him out. Yes, nice one. All right, Jane on watch, emotionally suffering, needing to speak to staff, or Doc even. She's missing Doc. So Jane is missing Doc. She's regretting moving along. Killing that officer is really starting to play in her mind. Like, That's not what she thought she'd be ending up doing, shooting an American officer. That's not what she thought she'd be doing. Like killing another soldier who's just doing what the officer said. That's not what her plan was. So this is their encounter. So we've got Jack of Hearts. Oh, that's the thing that we had last time around here. All right, Jack of Hearts. So what that is that is going to be that there's another roadside bomb. So what instead we're going to do, as it just flashed into my head, is that there is another explosion from down that side. So Jane has got one hit on her watch. So Jane, let's give Jane a chance. Jane's using the binoculars and she's doing a bit of patrol. She is going to patrol around the edges here, which comes all the way, like patrolling around the area. So she's gone for a bit of a wander to check stuff out, bit of a wander, check stuff out, bit of a wander to spend the time just keeping this hex all clear, making sure everything's okay. And as she's here and she's just looking at the binoculars and staring down here, she sees there's some kids from Rocklaw playing. And as they're playing, there's some wreckage that they're playing around, and she looks at it and it looks a bit dodgy. We're going to give her a roll, like a recon roll. Let's give her a recon roll to spot that there might be a problem and that there might be a bomb there, or there might be another IED there, and save those children. Otherwise, there's going to be an explosion and then they're all going to have to go running and make some medical rolls. So she is going to, let's make her, and she's gonna push this as far as it needs to be pushed, because this might make her feel better about herself. So we're giving Jane a chance to redeem herself and feel redeemed, and a bit of redemption. I can see how many more times I can use the word redeem. D10. She needs a hit. This is, we're letting it be active so she can push it. 2 hits, nice. Okay, so she glimpses out of her eyes. She sees something, it doesn't look right to her. There's all kids from Rocklaw playing around there. So she is going to start shouting at them that there's something there, don't go near it. She is -2 for mobility, but she's going to attempt to run down and call them away from there as soon as possible. This will sort of buy them favour. So she's -2, which will drop that down. So if we're going to make them even, we'll make that D8, D8 if we're supposed to make these even. Let me just quickly check when you're supposed to make these even. Yes, it says when stepping up or stepping down, always try to balance your dice as much as possible, i.e. step up a lower dice first, down step a higher dice first. So we will try and make them both to be as even as possible. So that gives us a D8, D8. So she should be D12, D8, -2, drops that down to D8, D8. So she's D8, D8. She needs to hit to leg it to there to make the children move away from the vehicle. Hit. Okay. Another plane. So Jane is going to start screaming and waving her hands and moving as fast as her injured leg will allow her to go, which is going to cause her pain. I'm going to make her make a stamina roll, otherwise she's going to take a 1 hit of pain, like 1 hit damage. Okay, so let's push that. Okay, so she relieves 1 hit, but in pushing, she takes 1 damage because she pushed it. So her leg is bleeding from the brace, which is biting into her leg, and she's screaming for the children to move away from the vehicle. That makes everyone alerted. They will all be aware now, and the people in Rocklaw are going to be coming around, pulling the children back, wondering why she's running, and then Jane will try and explain there's something about the vehicle. They'll spend some time checking over the vehicle. Let's give someone in Rocklaw a really high-tech roll. They can't find it, but they're going to push it. Oh look, they found it, but it's causing them a load of stress. They identify that there's something wrong with that vehicle, and they will isolate the vehicle, or maybe they'll blow it up from a distance by chucking stuff at it or shooting at it to detonate it and make it safe for the children. And they are really grateful for Jane, and Jane is going to we'll give Jane the benefit, even though she's injured herself, that we're going to relieve Jane's stress down to no stress, because Jane is going to feel much better about herself. That basically we've given Jane a chance to redeem herself because she was feeling stressed about what happened with the soldier, like the player, and Jane has now felt better about herself based on that. So that would then be, I mean, Toby would be really quite proud. Jacob is like going, oh, good work there, as Jane is there. And then we've got staff and all them lot. So now we have an encounter for them all stuck in the middle of that field on the side of the road. The vehicle's stuck in some bogged area that they weren't noticing. Maybe it's got natural streams. It's not marked on the map. It's not marked on our map. 7 of Hearts. The Orphans. All right. Oh, this is all right. This works. Okay, so slightly off the road. What did Staff? Did Staff got a hit? Staff got 1 hit. Okay, so Staff notices as they're sitting there trying to get rock the car out, and it isn't going anywhere because they're going to have to do that next turn. They notice that at the back end of this sort of field, there's a small little farmhouse, which they'll go check out. A farm with 3 children living in it. Their parents left months ago to find help. The kids have 2 D6 domestic rations and 1 shotgun with 1 reload. They're suspicious but can be appeased with a persuasion roll. If the PCs... Alright, so they will notice... We'll have to... Everyone's going to get redeemed. Everyone's going to redeem children today. So, they're heading back to Rocklaw. Staff knows that there's some families there with children at Rocklaw because he went over to talk to them with Jacob. He's going to head over to this farmhouse because they're stuck there anyway. And they should have been already at Rocklaw by this point. So time-wise, they've got hours left of this shift, which is fair enough. Maybe he's going to take... Is he going to take... So we'll say maybe Anna's going to... or maybe Anna and Maria are going to stay there and try and get... Because it would be good if we could get... All right, let's get... Oh, hopefully Maria comes. Okay, if this is red, Maria comes. Otherwise, Maria's staying with Jack. Is Maria coming? Oh, please be red. No. Oh, all right, Anna comes. Anna's got no persuasion skills whatsoever. Maria's got loads. All right, so if they fail, I know. Neither Anna nor Maria are coming. Just Jack, just Staff. Staff is going to say, all right, you see if you can do something with this car. Otherwise, I'll come back and push it out. But I want to go and check out that. Stay here. Don't leave the vehicle. Do not leave Jack behind. And he is going to sort of traipse over. He's got D8, D6 persuasion, so that's all right. He's going to traipse over to there. There's, let's see, how old are they? It's 5, so a 13-year-old, a young girl, quite not like as clean as you could think, but a young girl, 13, steps out with a shotgun, looking huge in her hands, points it at Staff, and then shouts something at him in Polish. Now, Staff does have basic Polish. He probably would know Italian as well, and he was just like pissing around with Anna. So we will make Staff make an intelligence roll, D12. Just plain intelligence roll, D12. Come on, Staff. No. Right, he's going to push that. Come on. No. Okay. So he doesn't. He can't quite because she's talking fast. She's a bit static. He's going to say, "All right, don't worry. Calm down. All right." He's going to put the gun down. Put his gun down on the floor and go, "Put it down, love." Now, can he speak? So he can't quite because she's talking too fast. Yes. Okay. Now she's talking too fast for him to understand, but he talks slowly. And she can understand his Polish. So he talks slowly. We're going to give him a persuasion roll to convince her that everything's all cool in very slow pidgin Polish. He has a D8, D6. D8, D6. Now we could reduce that, but he got 2 hits on speaking. So we're going to leave that as it is. That she understands enough. She's still keeping this shotgun on him. He got a hit. Oh, bless you, Staff. You're good with dogs and children. Staff's going to go, "Look, love, it's all right. We've got some people back there. Got a couple of women back there. They'll look after you. We're taking you off. What's going on?" So she's going to try and explain. Can he understand? Oh, come on, Staff. Let's get a hit. Yes. He kind of starts to... She's slowing down because she's less hectic. He's starting to understand that her parents have gone. You're all on your own then. So he'll go back and get Maria. Maria's going to come back. Now, Maria's going to try and convince them to come with them. And they're going to take them back to Rocklaw, which we'll do next shift, so evening shift, hopefully, if Anna can drive it. And then we can end the day with them all back, night shift, everyone's back at Rocklaw, moving into the 16th. So Maria is going to come back. So Staff will come back, get Maria. Maria will come up. Maria, of course, is from Rocklaw. So Maria is going to go D6. Maria's got a D8 for persuasion. I'm going to give Maria a quick intelligence roll. Nope. So she doesn't think to use anything to convince them. So Maria is going to try and convince them that if their parents haven't been back in months, they're probably not coming back and we should come to Rocklaw. But she's going to say we can leave notes here to say that we're at Rocklaw. Don't worry, everything's safe. Anna's back driving the vehicle. We do have somebody injured in the vehicle, but you don't have to be scared. Everything is fine. You can bring all your toys, all your stuff. And once we're back, we can come back and get anything that you've forgotten. It's just going to be here. We're not that far away. Do you know Rocklaw, the big city over on the side? And then they're going to say, yeah, they've been there. They went there before all this happened. And then there's going to be a bit of tears. Oh, come on, Maria. You can do it, Maria. Maria gets one hit. Okay, she can't push that, sadly, because it rolled a 1. But one hit is enough to convince them, because it just says we need to make a persuasion roll. So we're going to persuade them that being here by themselves is not safe, that we can bring all of the food they've got, all of their toys, and so we'll spend the rest of this shift, like the day shift, taking stuff back. They'll go back. They'll come and be introduced to Anna. Anna's got a D6 for D6 empathy. Anna has. Anna's terrible with the kids. She'll push that. She can't. She's not a children's person. Anna never had children. Maybe Maria had children. Maybe she had children. I mean, her big dream is find a new home. Her moral code is help those who can't help themselves. This is Maria. So I think Maria is definitely going to have like tick for XP, extra XP, am I right? And Maria comes back. They all come back. Maria's 32. They come back and Staff feels better about himself because Staff has now saved some lives instead of his normal activities. End of the day shift. We'll do the evening shift and see if we can end this at the end of this session. So Jane is feeling better about herself. Jane might keep for the evening, or Jane will keep watch. I'm going to say that the camp will be okay for the night. We have Staff will keep watch. Oh no, Staff will keep watch after a stamina check to see if they can get out of the car. Jack, because they're driving, needs to make a stamina roll. Toby is going to try for his second doing the fuel for the vehicle. Jacob is going to try and fix his flak vest and the weapons. Anna is going to see if she can succeed in driving this time. And we've got Maria is going to look after the kids and look after medical check for Jack. So I'm going to go start at the bottom and work our way up because that might help. So Maria, first off, let's see if Maria's medical can help. So that's a D12 with nothing for medical, but we will say we'll use some of the med kit, which takes it up to a D12, D8. Oh, 3 hits. 3 hits on the medical check, which means Jack should be all right. And let's see if she can look after the kids, which is a D12, D8 again. And all 2 hits. So she's keeping them entertained. She's doing a thing. Anna has got no idea about any of this stuff and she's just focusing on driving. So Anna needs to drive, but first we've got Staff. Staff is going to attempt to get the vehicle out because his stamina might be better than Anna's. His stamina is better than Anna's. He has D8, D8. Anna just has D8. Come on. No, he's going to push. No, okay. No injuries, but that doesn't get it out, which means that Anna's going to say, what are you doing? Anna tells Staff to get in and just rev it up as she sticks her shoulder to behind and pushes the vehicle out of the mud and completely embarrasses Staff. Gosh, that's really unwoke of me. No, Staff isn't embarrassed. Staff's impressed. That's it. Staff is really impressed with Anna. Staff is impressed with Anna, and Staff is going to want Anna to come along. Staff's impressed with Anna. Staff's impressed with Anna, wants Anna to come. All right. Particularly if Anna does the driving. If Anna doesn't succeed in this driving role, Staff is less than impressed with Anna and wants Anna to be as far away from him as possible. D10, D10. This is Anna attempting to drive. Hit. Nice. 1 hit. Let's push this one. Nah, just 1 hit. 1 hit for driving, which means they do not have an incident this time. They get back for the night shift. Then we will do staff. Staff stamina roll was a miss, so staff is just doing watch, which is a D12, D10, D12, D10, one hit. Now we are back with Jane. Jane is feeling much better about herself. We will give her a empathy roll, which is a D8, but we will bump that by 2, so we're going to give her a D12. No, but not a failure. Let's give her a push on that. See, so she's trying to, yes. So she's been trying to sort of like talk herself, like do some self-talk, convince herself that it was just a thing. She didn't have much of a choice. If she hadn't have done it, then, I mean, Jacob already got shot. Maybe they would have killed Jacob and Toby if she hadn't have done what is basically her job. It's just the officer didn't have to pull his gun. So she talks herself down a bit, but then we have a D8, D8 for her recon as she's doing her recon. No, so it's no hits. We can't push that one. 0 hits for that. Jack, oh, I forgot. Jack's got to make a stamina roll, isn't he? Jack's got to make a stamina roll, but we'll give him loads of bonuses. We'll give him a D12, D12 because she got 3 hits, didn't she, on her medical check? Yes, she did. No, but let's give him a push. I mean, he's going to injure anyway. Yes, okay, so he's fine. Jack is okay. We have Jane's done hers. We've got Toby is trying to do the fuel system. D10, 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 +1, D12, D10. Okay, he successfully finishes the fuel exchange. The Bradley can now run on alcohol, but of course they now need to distill some alcohol. Luckily for them, that's one of Maria's expertises. She can help and show them how to do that, but they don't know that yet. Jacob. Jacob is going to do his tech stuff, which is a D8, D6, and we said D8, D8 because of tools. Flak vest. No, he can't get that flak vest fixed to save himself. The M16. Yes, M16. Toby's M16 is Jacob has continued to work on it, and it's looking much better. He's like knocked out some of the dents, fixed up some of the problems that have occurred with the sights overheating and going inside. He's thoroughly cleaned all the gunpowder burn, the carbonisation. He's doing really well. Now he's really chuffed. He's going to have a look at the M240. Oh yeah, that goes up too. He's really getting the swing of how to do this. Everyone's like jokingly saying, oh, you should do the weapon maintenance more often, mate. You're really good at this. He's like, no, I'm just doing it now. But he's no good with the M4s. He's decided that he's not going to have a look at them properly because otherwise that's all they're going to get him to do all the time, just because he's got an affinity for it. So that was done. Fuel system is done. Stamina is done. We now have encounters. So this is for staff, Anna and Maria, whilst they're on the road coming up. They see, this is the 7 of diamonds. Desperate times. A group of refugees, starving and hypothermic and desperate. They plead with the PCs for food and protection. Several suffer from dysentery and the PCs risk being infected. They will give them the rations that they're carrying, but not the coffee. They will say to them, Maria will actually do this. Maria is going to say to them, and will attempt to do a persuasion roll, or maybe a command roll. Maria is going to do a command roll and tell them to back away from the vehicle, but if they want to head up to Rocklaw, there's a settlement there that she's returning to. They will accept them, and as long as they can work, they will put them to work, but she'll direct them up towards there. 1 hit, that's good enough. Okay, so Maria is going to, so though they are desperate, staff looks angry. They all look, they're desperate. So what is it? It's 4 times, on roll 4 times. So there's 4, 8, there's 16 of them. So they're looking a bit ragtaggled, they're desperate. There's all different types of people, including children. Because they've got the children in the vehicle, that puts Maria at the advantage. And Maria will tell them to head up to Rocklaw, that there is a settlement there and that they will be welcomed once they get there. They are okay with that. They don't insist on travelling with the Jeep because she got a hit, and they back away. Jane, Queen of Diamonds rather. Drop your weapons, Soviet military. road daytime, PC 3 times in the daylight, PC times in the dark. Soviet soldiers at a roadblock with, if they spot the PCs, they order them to surrender, but can be persuaded to let them go for a price. All right. But it's not got stationary. Interesting. We could do that one later, but I don't think that fits here on this part here, because they would know about this anyway. And though Jane didn't have any hits for watch, this is on the move day or night. So this is an on the move encounter instead of a stationary. So I'm going to forego that one and say no to that. All right, which then would leave staff at the end of this time with Anna and Maria and the kids is going to make it back up to Rocklaw. They're going to, we'll start the night shift. Will we end on the night shift and start on the food? We'll end it there. We'll end it there. So we'll do the night shift. We need to do the night shift at the beginning of next session, and then we'll move into the 16th of May. So, the Jeep comes in over the bridge. The staff sees, I know what I was going to do. So staff is coming over the bridge. We've got the beginning of the night shift. Staff comes in. There's that blown up vehicle where they're just like, it's probably still smouldering and on fire, because it was last watch that they did that. That comes in. Jeep comes up. Anna and Maria Anna's driving. Maria jumps out, runs across to sort of welcoming to people from Rocklaw and welcome her. The children look a little bit sheepish. They come out. They're being welcomed. Jane is going to be really glad to see staff. Staff's going to ask what happened. Staff's going to probably see the bodies, because I don't know whether those bodies of the officers that that was yesterday, wasn't it? So the officers' bodies are probably still hanging around somewhere. So staff's going to be like, you leave for a couple of days, and what happens? You decide to shoot up a Rupert. Oh my God, what's going to happen now? You can't go killing officers, mate. What are you thinking? And like, Jane's going to be really, really guilty, and the other two are going to say, look, we didn't have much shooting. You can't shoot up a Rupert. That doesn't fly. Doesn't matter how much they irritate you. You're not meant to shoot them. I got told that first day. Well, you never told that in your army. They told us first day, don't shoot the officers. He's going to berate them a bit and say, look, we can't stick around here, can we? Not with that. We've also got the fact that Jack, because they're all going to then panic about Jack's been injured, Jack's still unconscious, still pale. Look, we've got to get Jack back to the dock, all right? We've got to go get the dock. I know Annie and I don't see eye to eye, but we've got to get him back with us, all right? Now, Anna here can drive a car. She's good, all right? She's not bad. You'll like her, Jane. We'll get on well. Now, what we need to do is we need to go get Doc, and then we've got to get out of here, all right? You can't go shooting the officers. You just can't. It's not what we're here for. Now, we got to head west, okay? We've still got this airdrop here. We're right near there. We can go over here. We've got the fuel here. And then Toby's going to say, I've converted it to alcohol. Hey, we're going to go get diesel from the dudes. Don't need it anymore. We've converted it to alcohol. We can fuel it on alcohol. I can do it to the Jeep as well. All right, we got any? Well, no. We've got to distill some next. Oh, God. And if Maria's anywhere nearby, afterwards, Maria will then be able to say that she can help with that. And hold on, I'll look up the rules just briefly. So though we haven't really been tracking fuel use with the Jeep, or what I think we did with the Bradley whilst it was still moving. So we've got a small still can produce up to 5 litres of alcohol per shift of stationary use. A large still produces 50 litres of alcohol per shift of stationary use. So maybe, or let's see, we'll do this next session, but maybe Rocklaw already has one. So they're going to need a still and to set a still up. Maria might be able to help them with that. So he's going to, all right, whatever, we'll deal with that tomorrow. Tonight we need watch, and then we'll leave tomorrow if we can, all right? And that is where we'll call it for today. as this is going to be a long one otherwise. Thank you very much for watching. At least we got everyone together. We'll be back on the road, back on the move next game. Bit more encounters, bit more things going on, and we'll see what happens as our team continues their journey towards the west within Twilight 2000 4th edition. Thank you very much to my subscribers for sticking through. If you're not yet a subscriber, please consider subscribing. Thank you very much to the members who joined the Adventurers Guild. If you would like to also join the Adventurers Guild, there's a join button. I may have highlighted as I say join. Thank you very much to everyone who supports me in all ways you do. Thank you very much for all your comments, and I hope you have a lovely week, and I shall see you next week for more Twilight 2000.